Let's recap the last month. All right, today I am going to sit here and we're just going to have a little bit of a chat. Hopefully there's no editing or anything to this. This is just going to be me talking about my experiences over the last month with this vlog, what I've learned, good things, bad things, all of that. And hopefully I don't even have to edit it. Just put the intro on it, the outro, boom, we're out the door. Anyway, if you are for some reason watching this video as the very first one you've ever seen on our channel, we've been vlogging for the last 31 days, and today is the final one. We've done a lot of stuff in that 31 days, starting off with a trip to Aquashella in Dallas, Texas. We had to do one of my least favorite things to do, which is fly to that event, but everything went very smoothly. The event was a lot of fun. Aquashellas always are. The booth was not exactly what we had hoped it would be. Hopefully we can switch that up next time and not make those same mistakes. But when I'm talking about the booth, I didn't have a booth there. I'm talking about the YouTube booth. I'm not going to get into the reasons why it wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be. No editing, John. Overall, the event was still a blast. I got a couple of really good contacts there, and you can see from all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we've shown you over the last 31 days that those things, when we make business contacts, things can happen very fast. And within a week of being at Aquashella, we got plants from a new supplier, sold out of them completely in the first week, got another shipment from them, and we're practically sold out of all of that too. So this stuff happens very fast, and that was from a contact that we made at Aquashella, somebody that I've known for years but did not realize sold plants wholesale. So there you go. We've got a great relationship going on there. The other contact that I made was with a driftwood supplier. I have not gotten anything from them yet, and it's not for any reason other than this is a really slow time of year and I don't have the money to put in a large order for driftwood. But I talked to the gentleman that owns that company 3 weeks later, no, it wouldn't have been 4, 3 weeks later at the Aquatic Expo, and we had a long conversation about what driftwood we should get, which ones, typically sell better than others, and which ones are easier to ship. That's one of the biggest struggles with driftwood, is getting these giant boxes to ship huge pieces like that, even though that's not real. That's one of the biggest challenges. So him and I talked a lot at the Aquatic Expo, and we will be having their stuff on our site very soon. Hey, what's the Aquatic Expo, John? Well, that's the other show that we went to this month. Just last weekend we went to it. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let me tell you something, folks. This is a destination show, meaning if you don't live in North Carolina or South Carolina and you want to go to that event, it is worth traveling for. We live in the same state as this show, but it still took us 5.5 hours, 6.5 if you include Lisa's potty breaks. It took us that long to get there, and it was absolutely worth it. I would recommend anyone that is within a few hours driving distance of that place to go to it next year. It was a lot of fun. The show was very well organized. The people are fantastic. And listen, North Carolina, we're nice people. So everybody that's at that show will be very nice to you. So definitely recommend the Aquatic Expo. It was a lot of fun, a lot bigger than I expected. It's probably only going to get bigger next year. In fact, I talked to one of the owners of the show at the end of the show, or actually the end of Saturday, and he was talking about next year. So it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to go back to that. The other thing that we did in this vlog was took you along with us to my first meeting at the Raleigh Aquarium Society in North Carolina. A lot of fun. It completely re-energized me when it comes to the fish keeping hobby. I said immediately after that, it made me want to be a better fish keeper. I've been to club meetings before, But this one, for some reason, had a different effect on me. It was so much fun, and I enjoyed it so much. I don't know if we're going to be able to go to next month's because of a family obligation, but we're going to try to get there. We'll see what happens. And then we also had, again, chronicled on the vlog, a visit from a living legend in the aquarium hobby. In this fish room, we had Diana Wallstead, and that was amazing. She is an amazing human being. We loved hanging out with her. She was with us the entire day. We went out to dinner afterwards. We hung out. We walked through town and went to the water, and it was just an amazing time with her, and we put together an amazing little project. We didn't. Lisa and Diana did. They put together 2 fish bowls using the Wallstead method. They are both still in Lisa's section of the fish house, and they are doing amazing. There will be a video next Sunday, or no, excuse me, this coming Sunday. That's going to be the formal Diana Wallstead video. If you want to be educated on the Wallstead method, you're going to want to check that out. The other thing that the vlog showed you was the behind the scenes stuff that we never really show. Things involving our other pets. The unfortunate news that we got with Roxy last week and all of that. The behind the scenes of our business and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. And I got to tell you, one of the biggest things to come from the Aquatic Expo, which was last weekend for us, so many people walked up to me and said, I love what you're doing with the vlog. It's so cool to see the behind the scenes stuff. And people would walk up and the first thing they would say to me is, hey, how's the new air conditioning working in the fish house? It was amazing because these people got to see something from us that they hadn't seen before. It was like we became friends in these videos. And I just think that is awesome. And it makes me excited that we can kind of step outside the boundaries that's normal fish keeping and show you other things, and it's something that you might be interested in. I love that. What it did was boosted my confidence for making videos, and we are going to be completely changing what we're doing with our videos. I talked about it on Sunday's video. It's going to be a whole new world, and I am so excited about that. Now, a couple things to talk about. I mentioned in the beginning of this video, or no, not this video, but the beginning of the vlog, that we're going to go see Gabriel Iglesias and we're going to go see Tony Hawk. I haven't had anybody comment about it yet. Obviously, we didn't go to Gabriel Iglesias. It just didn't work out. I wasn't feeling well that day. It just didn't work out. The Tony Hawk thing, there was an event in Virginia Beach, which is about an hour from us, that Tony Hawk and a bunch of other people, Mitchie Brusco, Elliott Sloan, a bunch of my favorite skateboarders were going to be at this event in Virginia Beach on the same day Diana Wallstead was here. So that's why we didn't go to that. I would have loved to have gone to it and shown it to you, but when somebody like Diana Wallstead says, hey, I've got whatever the date was available, you don't say no. So that's why I missed Tony Hawk. And I got to be honest, I loved having Diana here. It was awesome, but I really wish I could have gone to that because Tony Hawk is 53. I saw him at a demo when he was like 19, and I was like 14, and that was awesome to be able to see him in person. And that's, I guess, going to be the only time. Actually, no. Again, going way behind the scenes, anybody that is a skateboarder that's anywhere near my age, if you remember late 80s, the Mount Trashmore football game in the mud, maybe you don't remember that, look it up, Google it. The Mount Trashmore Virginia Beach contest that was rained out and instead all of the pro skaters played football in the mud. I was there for that. I was watching that football game and that was unbelievable. I sat on the bleachers next to Jason Jesse, who was one of my favorite skaters of all time. And we watched the football game together, even though he didn't realize we were watching it together. It just so happened that he was sitting next to me. But anyway, I have a very, very fond place in my heart for Tony Hawk. and I would have whether he was a household name like he is or not, because of my history with skateboarding. Very disappointed that I missed that, but not disappointed. Not as disappointed as I would have been if I had bailed on Diana Wallstead. That just wouldn't have made sense. Now, what are the things that I disliked about the vlog? Well, it's just an insane schedule to keep up with. And listen, folks, when I talk about this, I actually feel like a loser, because my favorite YouTuber of all time, and the guy that I think is the best YouTuber that's ever done it, better than Mr. Beast, better than Mark Rober, better than all of the bigwigs, it's Casey Neistat. 100 times out of 100, I would vote Casey Neistat. That guy vlogged daily for 800 days straight, or 809 days or something like that. Absolute insanity, and his videos were way beyond anything I ever did in this 31 days. And you probably figured it out, but maybe you didn't. I'm vlogging a week in advance. So I'm vlogging on Wednesday. It will upload next Wednesday, or Monday uploads. So I have a week to work with these videos. He was doing them every day. Filming, writing, filming, editing, uploading, all in one day. That's insane. If I struggle to keep up with a week long, or having a week to do that and do that 31 days in a row, I can only imagine what it was like for him. So I feel bad complaining about that, but it's insanity. And the biggest reason why is because there's just not that many fish keeping topics that are interesting that we can talk about 31 days in a row. So 31 days of vlogging is insane, but I would not change a thing. I would not go back and say, no, that's crazy, we're not doing that. Because I've learned so much. I've learned this new strategy that we're going to take. I don't really want to call it a strategy. This new style of videos that I want to do, more of a storytelling type thing. I don't think I would have picked that up if I hadn't vlogged the 31 days. I also learned something really big, and my friend from Nova Scotia is going to hate me for saying this, but I actually spoke to him on the phone the other day, and I told him that I hate this. I hate walking around with a camera in my hand. Hate it. Joey does that in almost every video, and he does it well, But for me, I don't like it, because when I'm editing the videos, it's very disorienting, seeing the background just go and go and go and go. If it's disorienting for me while I'm editing it, I can only imagine what it's like for you as the viewer. So that's one of the big things that I learned that I hated, that I don't think I will ever do again. There is a time and a place for it. There are certain shots that you really need to do it that way, but I'm not going to anymore just pick up the camera and say, hey, let's talk while I'm walking around. No, the camera will be like it is right here. It'll be on a tripod. It'll be on a little tripod or a big tripod or whatever, what you would call a lockdown shot, or that's what Casey calls them. That's how I'm going to be doing my videos from now on. I do not like walking around with a camera in my hand. I do not like coming up with things on the fly, because I'm not very good at that. I need a plan. I need to know what I'm going to do. And for the first 3 weeks of the vlog, we knew what we were going to do every single day. We had it all planned out. It wasn't scripted, but it was planned out. And then that last week was kind of like, okay, there ain't nothing left. What are we going to do now? So that was difficult. I don't like walking around with a camera, and I don't like not having a plan. Those are the two things that I learned. And I also don't like uploading 31 days in a row. I do think that it's a bit of an overload for YouTube. And, from a performance of our videos standpoint, it didn't do very well. And to be honest, I wasn't really expecting it to. From a analytic standpoint, this is a colossal failure. But for me, what it's done for me is re-energized the hobby of making videos again. And so even though there are some things that I learned that I did not like, this was still a big success for me and for Lisa. Lisa has had so much fun doing silly little things, filming the cats and stuff like that. She's had so much fun with it. We've both been re-energized by this. So overall, it was a very, very big success, even though the numbers may not show it. So I want to thank you for watching the vlog. The vlog has not performed well from our, like what we're used to, but it's still a whole lot of people that have watched those videos, and I want to thank you for that. Thank you for going along this journey with me. Thank you for the comments that I've read. I don't read many comments anymore, and the reason why I don't is because they influence my decisions too much, and I don't want that to happen. Another thing that I've learned from this vlog, that doesn't mean nobody reads comments. Lisa reads every single one of them, and she responds to most of them. So when you get a response from us, it's Lisa that does that. But I have read a lot of comments that are praising what we've done for the vlog, and what you have done is given me the confidence to try new things, try to explore new stuff, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So overall, it was a humongous success, and I have you to thank for that. So without saying the same things over and over and over again, I am going to start the process of ending this video here, but I want to tell you what you can expect in the future. We're going to go back to our normal 2 upload per week schedule, and we're going to go back to our once a week live streaming. We've entertained the idea of possibly switching days of the live stream, but I don't know about that yet, because I've streamed for 5 years with a little break in between, and it's always been Thursday nights. So I don't know if we're going to change that, but we are going to resume our weekly live streams Thursday nights starting next Thursday. Excuse me, no editing. I'm fine, like Michael's Fish Room says. You would usually see us stream tomorrow, but we're not going to stream tomorrow. Next Thursday is when our first live stream. Is it? Okay, quick edit. I need to think. Yeah, I do think it would still be too much of an overload if we were to stream tomorrow. So the following Thursday is when we will start our stream back up. Plus, I've got to buy a new piece of equipment that was malfunctioning when we were streaming before. I know, I've had a month to do it and I haven't done it yet. Shame on me, but I got to get that piece of equipment so that our audio isn't terrible like it was before. So, back to the normal schedule starting now. Sunday's video will upload, and then Tuesday, and then next week will be the live stream. We'll be back. So there it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This 31 days has been an adventure. It's been a learning experience, and it has been a huge confidence booster. Thank you for that.